just want to say, females that claim they gay or whatever and got kids, don't even look my way, bro. Don't even look my way. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not no statty. I'm not they daddy. I'm not none of that.
I don't want no woman with kids for the simple fact, y'all don't know how to discipline y'all fucking kids. I was messing with this one girl, and every time me and her got into it, her child would be right there in the middle of it. Like, this little bastard would literally come in the room and sit in between us and be in our mouths. I'm not this child's parent. I'm not about to do this child's parent's job. Like, where's her daddy?
He figured out what you finally figured out. This woman is not somebody that I should have even mated with in the first place. I ain't talked to her about how he was going to raise the kids. I just trusted a big butt and a smile.
I ain't seen a daddy not once.
I do not do pre-started families. Everybody that follows me knows I don't do the woman with the kids. It's just something that I always stand strong.
Single mothers dating studs is a scam. And this came out another single mother mouth. Single mothers date studs because they looking for stability and they know that us studs, we more stable, got more shit going for us. Also stated that we go over and beyond. We do what the baby daddy never gonna do. Basically, we wanted to step up and be a fucking simp for another man's seat. Listen, we put our fucking capes on and we trying to save the day. Spending our hard-earned money on another man's child. They do it because they know that studs is gonna simp and step up. And I'm making this video to say, any stud out there that's playing stepdad, stop it right now. I started dating this girl, right? And we were together over, 5 years, you know what I'm saying? We had a baby together and stuff. She had a baby for me. So now that we done broke up, and I signed the birth certificate, so now she done put me on child support. So where I had to pay $150 every 2 weeks. You know, they go off your income. So my thing is, I'm letting you studs know, don't sign that motherfucking birth certificate. That's that nigga baby. That ain't your motherfucking baby. Don't you sign that motherfucking birth certificate. So now I'm on child support the rest of my life.
Women are so out of options in 2025, fellas, it's not even funny. But hold the line, because they ain't done getting whipped on yet.
So to all the men who are thinking about making like think pieces and rebuttals to black women not wanting to be approached in the grocery store, I'm going to tell you right now, stop. Just stop. Stop. Don't think about it. Save your think piece. Just stay silent. They're telling us what they want. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Do exactly what they said. Leave them alone. Because I guarantee you in 6 months or a year from now, the complaint is going to be, how come nobody approaches us? How come nobody's talking to us? How come no man will talk to us? I look good as fuck. I want to be seen. How come no men are coming up to me? That's going to be their complaint in the next couple months or a year from now. Just like we said, pick better and choose better and vet better. And now there's a male loneliness epidemic, allegedly. Let them figure it out just like we had to figure it out.
He ain't lying.
Why is it that we as black women feel comfortable checking black men, but the moment a black man checks us, we call it misogyny, control, or toxic? Don't scroll. Let's talk about it. Why does it seem like accountability only applies when we're the one giving it? We criticize black men, drag them online every day, talk about how they lead, talk about what they do, what they don't do. But the moment a black man says, sis, you out of line, or start calling you out on your bad attitude, all of a sudden he's bashing women. We can dish it, but we can't take it. Calling men weak for not being a leader, but then when he does lead, you say he's being controlling. Which one is it? If we want growth and healing from our men, we have to be able to look in the mirror and check ourselves first. Because checking somebody, that's not hate, that's love. And if we can't be corrected without getting offended, maybe the problem isn't the message. Maybe it's our pride.
I don't know what it is, but more and more men are going over to the dark side of the force. I know that.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, comes before my husband. Not my mama, not my kids. Only God comes before my husband. And then it's my husband. A lot of women, they prioritize other people in their lives, but that's not the way it should be. Go argue with your mama. Don't argue with me about that.
That's good. Only God comes before her husband, because God is going to tell her, honor your husband in all that you do. So that's a part of why she's winning.
Looking at, you're trying to compare women to what you see on Instagram. Why you think you don't never see any normal looking women on Instagram? All the women you see on Instagram is drop dead gorgeous, 5'5". Why you don't see normal women who look like our mothers and them on there?
I think a lot of them are normal, good women, but they have to compete against the hoes. So they have to lower their
women,
standard.
listen, homie, listen, so you got women and you got ladies. Women and ladies don't look at hoes and compete.
What did you say, nigga?
Women and ladies don't look at hoes and compete. They look at them with disgust, shame, and disdain. Women are secure. Women can go years without having sex and not be bothered by not having sex. Women can do that. Hoes can't.
This is a question for the older man. I keep seeing these debates on Twitter and stuff. Would an older man in his 40s or 50s date somebody in their early 20s?
Yes.
Because I feel like that's kind of like just nowadays, like dating sucks. So like I feel like dating older is just better. Because older men seem to have more stability and like they already know what they want in life. They're not out here still playing games. They're not, they don't got 2 to 5 girlfriends and a whole wife on the side type thing. So it's like, I don't know. It's just a question for older men. Like 40s, 50s, is early 20s too young to date?
As an older man, sometimes we do be having 2, 3 girlfriends on the side, but those girls turn into our wives. Like our main wife doesn't not know about these 2 or 3, because this thing is an older guy. You always getting young girls coming at you. I'm minding my business. Here's something I didn't realize until I became an older guy. It's a thing called dad energy. It's girls who like a pot belly. I don't. I'm trying to get rid of it and go back to how I looked when I was like 25 or 26 or something like that. But this is just what it is. I didn't know you women be having daddy issues. This is what I'm saying. There's so many reasons why men will not approach women. We don't have to. I know all the women hearing this, you feel some kind of way, but the reality is, your girlfriend wants to kick it to your man. That's why you don't want your girls around your man. But not to get lost in that, yeah, an older guy would date a 20-year-old girl, 40, 45, 50. He would date a 20-year-old girl. Now, not all of us would. We're different, multi-layered, unlike your lonely, angry, bitter girlfriends have been telling you. You got to judge with caution, but a lot of us would.
It's a narrative that we hear about black men.
They don't get married.
No, they don't like who?
Oh, they don't like black women.
Well, yeah.
The national average for black men who are married, what are they married to?
It's got to be black women.
Black women at what percentage? Over 85%. But it don't matter though, because once they make money, that's when they go get white women.
White women, yeah.
The national average for making over $200,000, black men, right? How many of those men are married to black women?
I'll give him about a cool
95%.
95? I believe it. I do believe it. And then when you hear the horror stories, we got to talk about Scottie Pippen.
Girl.
Lex has a good point though, because they'll show the Scottie Pippen, right? And they'll say, look, this is how black men behave. Yeah. But that's not the fact. Destroying the black family has been on the forefront of the mind of the people who created this country. How do you destroy the black wealth in this country?
Yeah.
Destroy the black family. Make black women think that black men don't love them. Make black men think that black women don't respect them. That's all a fallacy. It's not true. The older I get, I'm 40 years old now, the more I realize that everything I've learned from mass media has been programmed by people who have an agenda.
Black women do not have long hair. They do not have long, natural hair. Black hair does not grow.
Well, what is that? Looking like she got a beard, she look a whole damn daffodil. And she got that monkey poking out, looking like George of the jungle. You know a black woman said this, right? Look at this thick old Negro nose.
Like, I can't do this shit. Texas, you win. Fuck.
Now, who made her feel like that? I guarantee you it was some women somewhere. It might have been a dude here and there, but definitely more women than men was telling her, you need to put on this hair helmet. Everybody gonna like it.
I am so sick and tired of whore, slutty, city girl culture. Like, do we have anything else to offer? I'm so sick of the ass pics. I am so sick of women seem like the only thing that they have to offer is an ass pic, ass tooted up, or your freaking coochie print showing. Is that all that you have to offer? Y'all make it so hard for average women to get a decent man because they feel like we have to accept or do all this shit that whorish women do. You make it hard. You make us feel stupid for being good women because it's like, what is the point of being a good woman when a man is going to go out here and do stuff for whorish women? Y'all have no shame no more. Can we please bring back some kind of shame? Like, some acts are shameful as fuck. Some stuff y'all do is shameful as fuck, and y'all don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. Should I be frustrated or should I be a whore at this point?
See, like I said earlier, fellas, they're not done getting beat up on. And men are not beating up on you. Reality is beating up on you, bitch. You can't do everything that a man can do. And if you can, deal with being alone. Because Adam was alone. How long was Adam alone for? It was just Adam and God and the animals and all that stuff like Genesis says, if you believe in that fairy tale. How long was it before he created Eve? Right away? What happened? So deal with being alone, bitch. In fact, if you can do whatever a man can do, approach that guy. Because that's what us guys do. We approach the woman we want to talk to. Either that or join a couple. Like you're going to end up having to do. Like the scripture says, in that day, 7 women will take hold of 1 man. You want to keep arguing, bitch? No doubt. That's why niggas is not approaching you. Whatever. Do what you want to do. We good. Are you good? Because we good.
Because if a man comes along, and this is terrifying to me too, I'm not even going to lie. If I met a man today that was very patient, that he was loving, he was genuinely kind, he was soft in his words with me, he didn't look down to me from my circumstance, he didn't expect me to explain my existence constantly, like the woman said, what you've been through. If it gets out to the room, then everybody thinks that it's an interview now, they have the right to question you. If he didn't treat you that way and he was behind you in your corner the way a woman would be, but with the solutions of a man, I would be scared of that man.
Let me stop her right there and let's unpack this. This is why you need the woman. And a lot of pimps don't explain this part to you. And I'm no pimp. I'm not trying to say that. This is why the woman is important. You see how she said, 1, she would be scared of the man. Even if he was all of this stuff that Andrew Tate and all of these dudes fresh and fit have told us is simpery, even if the guy was that, even if he had a woman with him, he was compassionate like how the woman is, and the woman has her back, she would still be scared of him. That's the one part. So it's like, this is a part of why men are not approaching you because it's pointless. But then on the other hand, there's women who like, I'm confident. I'm going to just approach this guy. Maybe I'm going to do like the women did in the 1800s and just drop a handkerchief and like basically give the guy the opening to come up and talk to me. That's what my wife did to me. I remember I was telling her, yo, I kicked it to you. She was like, dude, I wanted you to talk to me. What are you? That's why I came and stood next to you and started talking to you and was like laughing at your jokes. I was like, well, my jokes was funny. She said, yeah, nigga, they weren't that funny, but I was laughing harder because I wanted you to talk to me. No doubt. And all of these women know how to do that. So that's the first part. The second part is the woman is this emotional whatever that the girl needs for the man to be. She's the emotional, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Teddy bear, just squishy, if you will. You know, the man is what he's doing, and there's an emotional aspect to him, but the woman is it. That's why I'm saying, to me, it makes sense that 7 women will grab onto 1 man. No matter what you weird, lonely hoes is trying to tell everybody else. That ain't true. That ain't what it is. You misinterpreted the scripture. You lonely bitch. You tired of working 80 hours a week. Or maybe you not. Either way you slice it, we don't give a fuck as men.
I would be very scared of him because that man will expect more of you. Because the man who gives you the most compassion is going to expect the most growth, and he's going to create the circumstances for the most growth. You have to be an exceptional person with a person like that.
The pre-existing wife or girlfriend takes that pressure off of you because she already molded him to a degree. She already knows him. She knows his quirks. She knows what makes him upset. You don't even have to guess that, you stupid bitch. She already did that. She already went through hell and high water with him. All you got to do is just be pretty. He might not even need you to get pregnant right away. Or maybe he wants to just enjoy your pre-pregnancy body for 4 or 5 years or whatever like that. Who knows? But the woman that's already there is the emotional stability that you need as the woman. You know what I'm saying? There's some women listening to this that's like mad or whatever. Use a, what's what I'm looking for? Use an insecure bitch anyway. It don't be no other girl around. You think your man want to sleep with a bitch you seen on TV. Insecure ass bitch. I'm talking about these confident women that's on this channel that's like, you know what? I have been thinking of that. How could I even do it? It just seems so impossible. It's not impossible. I'm not saying I'm looking for you. I'm saying it's other dudes on this channel that be saying stuff to you in the comments. Stop being a weird bitch and say something back to the dude. Or don't, you lonely bitch. I don't care.
Women are not afraid so much of the man itself. They're afraid of the consequences of who you might need to be. But they forget that a man like that is not going to be a tyrant over you. They're going to genuinely love you. They're genuinely going to create the circumstances for success. They genuinely care about your performance. They genuinely love you. They're scared of that because they think they don't deserve it, and they know it's going to be hard, and they don't want to disappoint somebody. And they don't want to disappoint a man because that man will give them a critique, and if they're genuinely in love with that man, it will break their soul in ways that I can't even explain. Because it's like all those other people abused me and they didn't love me. But if you love me and I disappoint you and you genuinely love me, then I have failed as a human being and I don't deserve life. That's how women feel. And it's not reasonable, it's not rational, because everyone makes mistakes and everyone fails. It's also why having a good father is important, because he'll push you to do things that you don't want to do, but you need to do.
If there's a woman who gives herself to you body and soul, who wants nothing from you, not your money, not your status, not even your family, she just wants you to be good to her. That's it. If you're lucky enough to meet a woman like that,
run, nigga, cause you done ran into a tarot card bitch who want a soul sacrifice from you.
How old are you?
35.
Are you single?
Yes.
At your age, has a man ever proposed to you before?
Yes.
Why aren't you married to that same guy?
Because he didn't have his things together, his like financials, his relationships, his understanding of life. So I just couldn't, get part of that.
But you were dating him for a minute, right? How long were you with him?
2 years.
But most women would beg to have a man propose. Why didn't you just jump at the opportunity?
Because we talked about working through things and getting things together, and I think it was very prematurely done without me knowing. So I would have loved to know that that was coming so much sooner than what we discussed.
Was it that you were out earning him and you had your life together more, or what?
100%, yes.
So you were paying for things in a relationship?
I was not, but I was definitely in a better situation career-wise than he was. And I was willing to put in the time to wait for him to make sure that he was okay with it. Because at the end of the day, when a woman makes more and does more, it does affect, personality, ego for a man.
How did you notice it affected your relationship with him?
It's just small things, like if I wanted to take a trip, do things like that, like I was able to because that was in my, tax bracket and it wasn't in his.
So where were you financially as opposed to him?
At the time, I think I was making $93K, and then he was at $76 and things like that, which is fine. But I wanted to get to a certain standard before we made that commitment.
Okay, looking back on it now, could you see yourself dating a guy who made less money than you again?
Sure, if they are, have their financial stuff in order, for sure.
People always ask me how I get girls' real body count. I never share this because I know once it gets out, it's probably gonna get patched. Step one, I like to set the frame. Instead of approaching it judgmentally, I like to make it a more curious, playful thing. And I'll say, let me guess your body count. And she'll say, okay. Step two, I like to use this little psychological principle. It's called anchoring bias. This is where you set a mental reference point. I'm gonna say a number that's high, but not so high where it's insulting or she thinks that I'm trolling. I'm gonna say, I'm guessing you're 30. She'll probably be like, 30? What? Look, watch this move. This is a player. I say, yeah, 30 is kind of low. That's usually what most girls tell me. I took this mental reference point of 30 and now made it a safe comparison point by using a non-judgmental tone and a psychological principle called better than average effect. By me saying that usually girls tell me 30, that's the average because hers is probably lower than that average. Now she feels morally superior and more inclined to tell me her answer. This is no different from being in school back in the day and you bombed a test, you got a 65, you're embarrassed as hell. Until you find out that the class average is a 35. Now you feel better than average and you will probably tell people yeah, I got a 65. So once I establish this ground, I kind of just sit back and let her correct me. So she'll probably be smiling, laughing no, not 30. My 20, only 22. And this is the part where I start rubbing my hands together because I'm hitting all types of emotes in my head. I'm saying thank you so much for showing me you a scallywag.